we got the pump just about done. Andrew's welding the fan together now, so he's going to get that all together, and then we're going to be able to put the cover on the back of it. And well, how's everybody doing? It's been a little while since we've done any kind of video in here. We've had a pretty long week, this week anyways. I'm working on my third pump for this spring. This is the pump that we use up in the front pit. You've seen me rebuild these before. I got to put the fan impeller on the shaft here yet and weld that to the shaft. We had to put a new pipe on here on this one. Obviously new fan housing that goes with the whole rebuild of the pump itself. I had to put a new load out T-valve on here. That one was shot. I've got to weld this gear on here yet. Actually, there's a little piece sitting here somewhere. I got it on my tool cart over there. There's a little piece that I've got to add to that ring tooth gear there. So this pipe's all new. I didn't have any of the new T-valves here, and they had a hole in them on each side, right here, and then again on the other side. And this other one had a hole in it as well that we had to patch up on each side. So we're going to try to get another little bit of time out of them, and we're going to get this lagoon pump here backed in the shop after we get this other pump done. There's a bearing or something that had let go in the gearbox here, so we're going to get that off in there, get the parts ordered up for that. I don't think I have anything in stock for that. Nate's got this all washed up, and of course it's been raining here for a couple, 3-4 days, and it's wet and sloppy out here. The boys have been working on the Army truck. They've got that all serviced. Jason put new brakes on that. We've got a couple of rims here to go on that, and we got some spare truck rims there that Nate went and picked up as well. So Andrew and I are going to finish this pump up, pull that one in, work on the gearbox on that one, see if we can get parts ordered up for that, and then we're going to go pushing brush back. So we want to be done and out of here by noon, we're hoping, so that we can start on our project of pushing brush back and get the telehandler brought back here. get them too tight, okay? Alright, we got the pump just about done. Andrew's welding the fan together now, so he's going to get that all together, and then we're going to be able to put the cover on the back of it and get this put in the manure pit up there. We've got our T's on there. I had to move this bracket down right here that holds this orbit motor on there. It was mounted up too high, so I got to put the gear on here yet. It was mounted up too high and it wouldn't match these gears all that well. James is getting a new hydraulics hose put on this lift cylinder that's on the that lifts this. Is that the right size?
Yeah.
Okay. He had to put a new hose on here. Andrew's finishing up the fan, and we'll get the cover on the back of it there. So he's got a little bit left to weld on that, and then we're gonna get things picked up here and get it put in the manure. Alright, all we got left here is we just got to cut this shaft off there. So go ahead, Andrew's got to finish cutting it off. There you go. Alright. Alright, we are done. James ended up putting the cover on the bottom of the fan housing. And this pump got a new pipe on it here. I didn't have these agitation valves, which is this part here. And both of these had holes in them on each side. So we just put a quick little patch on there. On both sides of these T valves here. So that's done. This pump got a gearbox on it last year, and we were losing a lot of manure up in here, and this loadout T was shot, had a hole in it. We can go over and take a look at that here in a minute. I ended up having to put a hydraulic hose on here. James got that on there. So that's done. We're gonna take this up, put it in the manure. This is the old fan here, which really wasn't all that shot, but it was in the shop, and I wanted to rebuild it now. This is the loadout T here, and this of course had a hole in it right there, so that's why we had to replace that. That was leaking a lot of manure. Manure was getting by that. Oh, stepped in. So manure was getting by that there, and then we had some holes in the load pipe. We can look at that here in a second. So this is the old pipe here. This was shot down towards. That's the bottom. That's the bottom here. This had a pretty good size hole in it right at the bottom, and it was just getting real thin. This one had been rebuilt before. This is 250 wall pipe that was rebuilt several years ago, and then this is one of the pipes off of one of the other pumps. So we're gonna go and get this pump put in the front pit, and we're gonna get to pushing back brush. I guess Andrew's gonna go with me doing that. So we're gonna do that, and that's probably gonna tie up the rest of the day. We were using the telehandler the other day to load lime, and I have to go over and get it home. But before I do that, I'm gonna push brush back Where that is parked, then I got to stop in at a couple other fields and push brush back there as well. So we're going to head that way after we get this in the front pit and get on with pushing brush back. We can't do anything else. It's wet. The guys are hauling manure, but we can't do any plowing or anything. It's quite wet, so we're going to get after it. Alright, me and Andrew are heading over to where the telehandler's parked. We were loading lime with it the other day. We're running the Volvo over right now. We've got a tag-along trailer behind this thing, and the guys are moving manure to here. This field was sprayed with Roundup. Now they're putting manure on it. We've got some brush to push back here on this farm here, so we're going to do that after we get done with where the telehandler's parked. So it looks like it's going to frickin' rain again. It's all frickin' clouding up. This was supposed to be the best day of the weekend. The sun was shining here a little while ago, but it's starting to cloud up a little bit. So you ready to push back some brush there, Andrew? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get after it. Alright, we're gonna see what kind of trouble we can get in here. We've got the trailer parked there. We'll load the telehandler up onto that trailer when we go to leave here. The trailer and fertilizer spreaders parked up here, and a KBH fertilizer tender that belongs to Caravel is staged here as well. It's a little wet here, but we should be able to get around. We're just going to run around this farm quick and push back any brush that's hanging over and or down trees. See what kind of trouble we can get into and see how things go. So we're just making our way around here. The last time we were in this telehandler, this side window here wasn't in it, and the bottom left-hand window of the door was broke. Chad ended up re-gluing this window. He got this one in, and he made up cut a new piece of glass for the bottom piece that goes on in the door. Alright, we have another tree that's it's got a large branch hanging right over the top of the field here where we could potentially hit the chopper pipe on it. So we're going to kind of just take it out of here. It's plenty greasy right here too. For the 3rd, 4th of May, it's definitely pretty greasy. I don't know, I can't even push on this one because I can't get traction. So I'm going to have to come up on top of it and knock it down. You can see how greasy it is. I'm going uphill slightly here too, and it's just not that great of a recipe for trying to get after telehandlers wanting to. Yeah, we're just kind of letting her fall down. This one would have fallen anyways. I mean, it's a weak tree that it's not dead yet, but it seems like it's diseased or something. I mean, telehandler didn't take much to knock that down. The tree had been leaning for quite a while. So we got that knocked down. We're just gonna, if I could get moving here, just kind of get ourselves underneath it and push it over into the side of the woods.
Just put the camera on the arm.
Yeah, I can't even get any traction. I mean, I can barely move without having anything in front of the bucket. So I'll draw this bucket in, get pushed up into it, then telescope out. scope it out while we're pushing here at the same time. And
You might be able to break
I don't know if I
that.
could push it through. Yeah, if I had some traction pushing between two trees, I could break it. But it's, now you can kind of see right there. It's freaking greasy and grimy here. So another couple days of sun would definitely make this job a little easier, right, Bob?
We should have brought the salt.
There. So we got that taken care of. Now we're just going to move on to the next one. We're almost done over here. Get loaded up and get to Forward Road. And as you can see, it is a little greasy. We're having trouble getting up over this little knob here. I mean, I guess we were lucky to get done what we got done here earlier on in the week. So we're gonna move on to the next field.
I think I should do a little pushing.
All right, we have just arrived at this second location now. This is where the boys were spreading manure earlier today. The spreader's right down there by the road. That's where they're loading. They're just quitting here for the night now. We've only got a little bit of stuff to push out here. We sprayed all this with Roundup, and obviously we're gonna plow it up. We've got one branch here that had fallen at third cutting time last year, so we're just gonna blaze a trail around this quick and just push back what has fallen here. This is a little bigger than I thought, this one. It is just, it is just greasy, Oh, there's that one. Look at that one right there. That one is just a beauteous one to, I think you guys can see good enough, can't you? That one's a beauteous one that would grab onto the chopper pipe good like. Alright, we'll just come up on top of this one.
Why don't we just take that one there?
Oh, we lost that whole tree. We split that guy right in half. So that tree was short-lived anyways. That guy was coming down and probably a little bit of time. So
We might have to do more of this in the morning.
we just rip him apart, knock him down a little farther.
Inside of that one is red.
Alright, that one has just done wrecked itself. Alright, so we're gonna just come up underneath this limb. Just skim the bucket on the ground, don't dig in. Come up underneath it, hook up onto it, and we almost rolled him over the top of the cut there, up over the top of the bucket there. He's tangled up in some other branches that we got. Yeah, come on. This squaggly branch here that is just being a nuisance. That's why it's better to have a big bucket, and then we'd be able to put that branch right in the bucket, This is a hardwood tree here. That one's not cooperating. Got a couple of branches that we need to deal with here. This first guy that we pushed down, we'll get him out of the way. He's doing pretty good, just down over the bank. Break him up a little bit.
That might go over the top of the road.
Yeah, this field is up above Forward Road, and Forward Road is just sitting down over the side there. You can kind of see the road down in below there. So we're we're right up on the steep bank here. So all right, this is probably our last fallen tree. Andrew's gonna push this one in himself. All right, you gotta roll your, put your bucket cutting edge down, tip it forward a little bit. Tip it, and then you gotta pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, tip it forward. All right, tip it forward. Yep. All right, we're just gonna scuff. Go down a little bit. All right, gotta follow the contour of the ground. Start lifting up now. Lift up, don't forward. Roll the bucket forward. Roll it forward. No, the other way. Alright, we're going to back up. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get on that side of the limb. Alright, now lead the bucket just like that. Turn to the left. Turn to the left. Alright, you got to go down a little bit. You go down. Alright. Okay, curl the bucket back. And we got to back up, hit that one again. Alright, push right down on the ground, flat on the ground. Flat on the ground, and we'll scoop them branches up. Okay? We're just going to scuff it. We're just going to scuff the ground lightly. Alright, pick and don't. Pick up and down. Alright. That's it for that. Alright, we're done here. We're gonna go to the trailer, load up, head home. It's starting to rain again. I am up on the top side of this field that they've injected on. Now it looks like I've got one more up here. One more fallen dead tree to pick up. Then we'll load up and get out of here.
That one's pretty good in there.
Alright, we're just gonna load her up on the trailer here. Alright, we're going to chain it down. I don't know if I've got this quite positioned right, so I've got to check that. Be right. Alright, we're going to chain this down and head for home. Alright, Junior's a good size to be hooking the chain in here. He can crawl in underneath this machine and slap the chain in there and get her done. So, got it? Alright, let's hook this hook here. You gonna run this binder?
What?
You can run this binder here.
I can't run them really fast.
I gotta come up to there. There.
I can't run them.
Alright. Yeah, so you can crawl right around easy. And this. I don't know.
Are we gonna be able to prep with it this spring?
No. Alright, we'll be home in a little while.